What is your name and today's date?
My name is Vincent Hood, Vincenthood. Today's date is July 5th, 2017.
What initially prompted you to go to Teen Challenge?
What initially prompted me to go to Teen Challenge was my disobedience to my parents and just my ignorance to not realize that what I was doing was hurting my family and hurting myself ultimately also.
Is your current program with Teen Challenge the first center you've been in?
My current program with Teen Challenge is my first Teen Challenge program, but it's not my first program that I've been in.
What made you realize that you needed to get help at Teen Challenge?
What helped me realize that I needed help at Teen Challenge was the fact that I was basically going against everything my parents had taught me, and that I had picked up charges and had to deal with a lot of court issues and stuff like that, and so I finally realized that it was time for something to change.
What was the situation you found yourself in at your lowest?
The situation I found myself in the lowest was probably whenever my parents were actually driving me to Oklahoma to come to Teen Challenge, and I remember them both just crying and just realizing that they really wanted to help me and wanted to love me, and it just made me feel really bad for all the wrong things that I've done to them on purpose.
What was your mindset before you needed help?
My mindset before I needed help was pretty much the YOLO mentality. You only live once, and just basically living day to day, not knowing what to do tomorrow, just basically rushing to get a high or to go get drunk or just go reach a thrill.
What did you feel about yourself?
What I felt about myself was that I was basically on top of the world and that no one could stop me. And that, I was just like this big guy, that, nobody could really say no to. Like nobody could say no to me because I was, the main guy.
And how did you view God and the people around you during that time?
During that time, I viewed God as basically just a crutch for whenever I really needed help, like whenever I didn't have food for the night or whenever I needed a ride back to, the place where I was staying or something like that. But other than that, it was more of a, not really I didn't really look to God for anything other than, just to provide me to stay alive.
How did you see Teen Challenge when it was first presented to you?
When Teen Challenge was first presented to me, I sort of viewed it as like this crazy place, especially when my parents told me it was in Oklahoma. I'd never gone to Oklahoma, but I heard a lot about it, and I just realized I didn't like it, especially like the tornadoes and stuff. And so, especially when they told me it was going to be like a whole year, I was going to be gone, I wasn't really happy about it.
How did the program alter your perception on what was valuable, honorary? I'm sorry, that sentence is not written well. How did the program alter your perception on what was valuable, honorable, and respectful towards your own life?
The program helped me realize that my life was very much needed and very much planned by God, and that in order for me to accomplish the things in life that I needed to accomplish, I first needed to see my self-worth was worth a lot more than I was putting up for myself, and that I had people that were there for me and to help me and carry me along through the hard times.
Are your hopes and dreams different now?
My hopes and dreams are a little bit different. Before the program, I really wanted to play football and maybe even go in the military. And after, they've sort of stayed the same, except for the fact that I do want to go in being a youth pastor and just helping kids and stuff like that.
What scripture verses have encouraged you throughout the process?
A scripture verse that has really helped me throughout my progress and my just walk with life and just through Teen Challenge is Romans 8:18, which says, "For we cannot compare the good with for we cannot compare the present with the future that will be revealed to us in God.
What would you say now to your family or friends that you've hurt during your rebellion?
Something I would say to my friends and my family I've hurt during my rebellion is that I know I was an idiot, and probably more than an idiot, and just words can't describe just how bad I feel, and how much I wish I could make it up to them, because I know that ultimately, like, they were there for me no matter what, no matter if I pushed them away or cussed at them or spit at them or anything like that. Like, they were there to support me, and so basically I make my future everything. I do the most I can with my future just to prove to them how much it meant that they were there to care for me.
What would you say to yourself 5 years ago?
Something I would say to myself 5 years ago is probably, it's not going to get easier. You're going to go through some stuff, and it's going to shape your character and your personality into someone new, and that just embrace it head on.
In your own words, complete this sentence. The routine challenge I have been able to accomplish.
The routine challenge, I have been able to accomplish many things. I've been able to learn more about Jesus, and even explore more career paths, more sports things that I like to do, basketball and stuff like that. And I finally realized, that I do have somewhere I need to be, and that I have a purpose in my life and a divine calling. And although I may not know what it is now, I do know that it's there, and that God will reveal it when the time is right.
What was your favorite experience in the Teen Challenge program?
My favorite experience in the Teen Challenge program, it would have to be whenever the boys, and we went to play basketball, and we were in a tournament, and I remember we were down by 2 points, and there were like 3 seconds left on the clock, and in order to win, we had to get this point in. So I had the ball, and I was throwing it in because the other team had knocked it out, and I remember throwing it up as high as I could to waste time on the clock, but just to get it to our player just in time. And he got the ball and just hit a clutch shot, and we ended up winning that game. And it's probably one of my favorite memories, because it reminded me of, win or lose, like, I have brothers, that are going to be there for me, and that, we can celebrate things with, and, I can have a good time in a positive way.
What was your turning point in Teen Challenge when you realized God put you here for a reason?
My turning point in Teen Challenge would have to be after my second spiritual emphasis. I remember it wasn't as quite as altar call like the first one, but I do remember feeling convicted about just some of the stuff that was said. And I remember it was probably around when I had gotten my level 3, level 4-ish, and I remember, I was basically just faking it till I made it. And finally I said, I don't want to do this anymore. Like, I have to change for me. Like, no one can make me change, and no one can make my future for me. So I have to make the change for myself.
Can others see a change in you?
I really do hope people can see a change in me. I do think that at times I can be more happy, or maybe even a little bit more emotional than I used to be, because I don't have a quite little thug look on it anymore. But I do think people can see the change, because I know I can see the change, and I know that, even if nobody else does, the only people that matter to me are my parents. And when they say that they can see the change, then I believe them, and I believe that I've changed for the best. And
what do you want to leave people with at Teen Challenge?
Something I would want to leave people with at Teen Challenge is, something that, is the same thing that I would tell myself 5 years ago. It's not going to get easier. It's going to get harder. You gotta want it. You gotta face it head on, and just, face your fears. The only way to defeat your fears, overcome your fears, is just to face them head on. So embrace it and just take it, one day at a time.